That's something that's changed a whole lot. Something else that has changed is just how I do a lot of the cooking. But rather than listen to me, I think we should talk to Scott Thomas and talk to him, the grilling fool, about how he has changed. He's got this great website, which
you can go to our website and click on.
We have a link there, but I think it's grilling. Maybe Scott, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
We're doing. Hey, what is your website? What is the actual website so people can go to that?
www.grillinfools.com. There's no second G on the grilling.
That's because sometimes you just have a little something to drink while you're grilling, and you lose that second G. It's just grilling.
Grilling.
Yeah.
Or you're hungry and you start to eat too fast.
That's right. Well, it is a great, folks, if you are doing any kind of grilling outside, this is something you got to check out. Go to grillinfool.com, because it is, not only is it fun if you want to do your own grilling, it is just a fun website. I really enjoy the way you write and how you put everything together. I'm kind of wondering, it seems to me like in looking at it, you probably don't do anything else all day, because that website is put together so well.
It does take some time. Yeah,
I bet so. Well, we've been talking, Scott, about the differences just for us and different types of how our landscape industry has changed over 30 years and how our design has changed over 30 years. Now, you've been grilling for, how long have you been cooking outdoors?
Right around 20 years, just under 20 years or so.
Okay, so I bet things have changed for you, what you started out doing years ago and what you do now. Could you kind of let us know how that's evolved over the years?
Yeah, I was talking to my dad and my cousin, who are the other two grilling fools, about this, and asked them their thoughts on it. And one of the first one that came to mind was my cousin Tom, who said, think of how much food we cooked with lighter fluid to start with.
We all did that.
Oh, bad.
Yeah.
I'm not making any friends in the lighter fluid industry, but
yeah.
Charcoal, get a charcoal chimney, some paper on the bottom, charcoal on the top. 30 minutes, you got a fire going.
Yeah.
And for years, we slathered on it, and it was fun. That stuff's flammable. Hey, woohoo! But oh god, when you get off of that stuff and you go to somebody who's grilling for you, and somebody doing a backyard barbecue, and they serve you something, they did the lighter fluid, and you taste it and go, wow.
Yeah.
How did I not taste this for the last 15 years?
Yeah. More ketchup, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Little mustard.
So what else? What about the type of cooking that you do now compared to just, hot dogs and hamburgers?
Is it choices of meat or just techniques?
Well, there's a lot more. When I first started, there was, you fill up your grill and you put meat on and you pull it off. You fill up your grill with charcoal, the whole thing, and now it's a lot more two-zone cooking, where you have charcoal on one side and nothing on the other. Or if it's a gas grill, you have your two burners on one side lit and the other side none, so gives you some advantages. So you can cook on one side, and then if something's cooking a little fast, you can pull it off to the side while the rest of the stuff cooks.
Mm-hmm.
Or properly cook a steak, you need to use a two-zone cooking. It's not so much of, hey, fill up the charcoal grill or light up all the burners, throw your meat on.
See how fast you can do it? Yeah.
Blowtorch cooking.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, and now we use marinades too, and we're trying to season them, and it's a whole process and letting the meat rest before. I mean, we used to eat it right off the grill, man, cut, slice, and bite.
Resting is huge, and that was something my web guy, actually, Jason Butler, asked him what he's learned from the website, and he goes, well, besides how to, the right way to cook a steak, but he goes, the resting thing, and it's not just for steak, but pulled pork or brisket. And,
why don't you tell everybody, why don't you describe that for folks who haven't heard that term?
What's that, resting?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so what basically what it is, when you pull meat off the grill, all the juices, the little molecules in the juices are moving 1,000,000 miles an hour. They're in an excited state, okay?
So am I. I'm so hungry. I'm all excited, too. I'm slobbering and ready to eat.
Oh, exactly. And you pull it off, and you slice into that meat, and those juices are going to keep moving, and they're going to move right out of the meat onto the cutting board.
Okay.
And, well, there you go. Now, your first few bites are going to be good because there's going to have some juice in it, but by the time you get to the end, it's going to be dry, very, very dry. Mm-hmm. But if you let it rest, just let it calm down. Like if you do a steak, it might take, just a couple minutes. Those juices come to a slow stop, and then when you cut it open, it stays in the meat. And then you're eating that juice rather than, sopping it up off of a cutting board where it's going to waste.
Okay. Okay, well, cool. Well, what type of, when you first started cooking, what were the basic stuff that you cooked compared to the different things you grill now?
Well, obviously just burgers and brats and, chicken. St. Louis, a big staple is pork steaks, but it's not very common around outside of the Midwest. But now, I do anything and everything on the grill. I've done, I've grilled lettuce on the grill. I've done, seafood of all kinds. I'm trying to think, fatties. I've done, I get into briskets and pulled pork a lot more because I got bigger grills that I can go low and slow with, as opposed to the little grill I went to college with that pretty much can only cook burgers and brats.
Everything the same heat, it'll be done.
I had to use the grill. I cooked for my sister one time. She didn't have the grill set up, so I had to use a couple of roasting pans where I took the bottom roasting pan, filled it full of charcoal, then I took one that was upside down and cut the bottom out and put a grill on from inside of her oven just to get something going. So I guess if you love grilling, you can do almost anything out there.
That's pretty inventive right there.
That's pretty good, right? Yeah.
Maybe you have to try that for hey, if you don't have any grills, here you go.
Take your oven apart, yeah,
a couple roasting pans in there. Well, we got a couple minutes left here. What do you think, or if you could give a couple of tips for us? And in fact, before we do that, tell us your website one more time.
GrillinFools.com.
Okay.
GRILLEN.com. I'm sorry, IN.com.
Okay. We'll have it on our website too. What do you think would be a couple tips you give the folks that they could pick up here in about a minute and a half here?
Well, you know what? Let's go with a quick one. Let's do how to know when a steak is done.
Okay.
You guys ever heard of a thumb test?
No.
All right. Take your know when a steak is done. Take your thumb, the tip of your thumb, and the tip of your forefinger in one hand, and touch them together like you're making the OK sign.
Uh-huh.
And then squeeze the fat part of your thumb.
Okay.
You feel that? That's a rare steak. Now touch the middle finger to your thumb and squeeze that fat part.
Okay.
See, it's a little firm. That's a medium rare steak.
No
now
joke.
touch the ring finger.
Okay.
That's a medium steak. That's instead of slicing open a steak on the grill to find out if it's done or how done it is and losing all the juices. That. Push your tongs into that steak. If it's too spongy and you want a medium steak, let it bake for a little while longer on the side where there's no heat.
That way you don't lose all the juice.
Exactly. And the thumb test is so basic and so easy. And
that's great.
That's funny. That's
very,
on our
website
very
too.
good.
Okay, hey, listen, what I'd like to do, we're going to give you a call because we're wrapping things up now. I want to see if we can maybe do this at least once a month, if not more often, if we can talk you into that.
That's not a problem.
Okay, great. Folks, the website is GrillinFool.com. You need to check that out. Grilling Fools. GrillingFools.com.
Lose the G and add the S.
That's right.
That's right.
Okay, Scott, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Folks, that wraps up the show for this